to manage their finances on their own is a fear, because a lot of us have this concept that, our partner is just going to just take care of that side. There's a fear that we can't learn how to invest. There's a fear that we can't start a business, or it's going to be too much work, or is that something that you want to do? There's a fear in not being able to afford the things that you want in life. Right now, there's a fear around, am I going to be able to keep up with even the cost of living, right? Everyone's kind of feeling that pinch. So with fear, and what I have learned as being a sensational human on this planet Earth, is that the fear is going to meet you at any point in life, at all facets of life. And the only way to get through it is through the fear. And what I've noticed that helps with fear is just coming up with a plan on how you're going to tackle that issue. Just come up with a plan alone reduces the anxiety in the first place, but executing a plan or a strategy around whatever it's the fear, whether it's your finances, whether it's your love life, having that kind of clarity. So if it's your love life, you might want to talk to Dr. Alicia, honey, because she will help you with all that vulnerability and the things that we're talking about. If it's around your business or your finances, you can talk to me or Dr. Lene, right? So having a strategy and having a plan on how you're going to approach things helps to reduce the fear, because the fear is from the unknown.
I love this. I'm gonna jump in. I really love this, Athena, because fear is a wonderful thing. Worry is a great thing because it is you protecting yourself. And if you go to any one of us and we sit down with you and we come out with a plan, then the fear should go away. Fear is a signal to you that you need to come up with a plan. But once you have a plan in place and you still have fear going on, that's residual fear. That's where you need to start thinking about, okay, I have a plan in place. What is this that I'm telling myself? This is where fear becomes, it gets to be too much and it's overwhelming. So the fear is great. It should bring you to our tables so that we can sit down and plan something out. But that residual fear, that's when you need to start having a conversation with yourself, the self-talk about, okay, it is possible that it could go sour. It is possible. All these things are possible, but I have a plan in place for the contingencies and it's okay, right? So I love what you're saying, Athena. Having a plan should reduce your fear.
Yes, yes, and yes. So let me just say, first of all, thank you. And shout out to Dr. Alicia Watkins, who's here. She is a social worker, a couples coach, a professor. Also to Athena, who is a CPA, and she is at wewealthwomen.com. You are tuned in today to Fly Nubian Money. I am your host, Dr. Lene Javette. If you want to keep up with us on a regular basis, again, Monday through Friday, you can catch us on YouTube and or you can go to Spotify and listen to us Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock p.m. If you want to get notified, go and text the word Queens, Queens, to 87948. Again, that's 87948. That way you can get notified whenever we are live. But if you miss us, always go and check Spotify. You can also go to flynubianmoney.com to get your money right. They have free resources, courses, and more. And you'll be connected to us, right? So I want to pivot back to not being able to afford. That vulnerability, I don't care what nobody say. Everybody's vulnerable here, right? There's a vulnerability that comes with being able to say, I want to take my family on a paid trip to Hawaii. There's a vulnerability in saying, I want to go to Spain or London, but not knowing if you can afford it or if you can provide these things, if you can have the type of car that you want, or even just live the type of life that you want to live. I have this thing right now. I'm actually getting ready to update my social media to BBL. And I'm like, I'm really focused on my BBL. And when I say it, people are giving me like the side eye, like, you focus on your BBL. Yes, my business, my body, and my life. Like, that is my focus, BBL, business, body, life. And before, somebody was like, you shouldn't say that. That doesn't go with your brand. Like, we see you this way. You're talking about BBLs. That's not what I can say and do whatever I want to say and do. It's a vulnerability. We put ourselves in these boxes, and or we let other people put us in these boxes, and then we try to live in this box. And when we try to get out of this box, it takes a type of a vulnerability to get out of the box that either you mentally have put yourself in, or the people around you, or the circumstances with which you live your life have put you in. So to say, I want to travel, I want to be international, I want to have a business, I want to focus on my BBL, whatever the case might be, you are literally pushing the box. You're exploding out of the box, and you're being authentic, and you're being vulnerable, and you're showing up for yourself and your relationship and your health. Athena, what do you do? It doesn't have to be daily, but let's just say in your life, to show up and be authentic and be vulnerable. What does that look like for you?
I'm so glad you asked me this question. And I don't know. I was telling someone, I went to a baby shower and there was a bunch of Gen Z there. My friend was a teacher, so some of her students came to her baby shower. And I just love Gen Z. And I was telling them, when I turned 30, I just felt like this weight had lifted off my shoulders and I just stopped caring about stuff. Really. I equate it to like those feisty grandmas who just be saying stuff and like it's like they don't even care anymore.